Hi, this is Jody LaPlay, your Instructional Technology Specialist, and today we are going to do a quick review of SpeedGrader and the Gradebook in Canvas. So I'm going to click over to Canvas here. And here I am in one of my courses. So there's multiple ways that you can get to your gradebook. You have your left-hand panel with grades. It's probably the quickest way to get into the gradebook. Just wanted to point out some features of the gradebook. This top panel here, you can switch from gradebook to learning mastery, individual gradebook, gradebook history. You can customize your view. Right now, the default order is by last name, but it's showing first name, last name. But you can arrange that A to Z, Z to A. You can arrange it by the assignment, by points, module. So play around with that and see what works best for your workflow. You can apply some filters either by assignment groups or by modules. You can customize statuses. So the default here is late is blue, missing is this reddish color. So you can change those colors if you would like to, just by clicking on that edit button, if there is a color flow that works best for you. You can show in the columns, you can have notes showing. If you click that, it'll show some notes. Right now it is showing unpublished assignments in my list across the top in my columns, but if you don't want your unpublished assignments showing in the gradebook, just uncheck that and it will pull all of those out. Just remember to add that back in if you need to see it. And then actions, you can import or export your grades from there. All right. Right here, if you want to practice and start using some keyboard shortcuts, some folks like to use shortcuts. So you can just click on that little keyboard icon and then start learning these shortcuts. You have your settings here. This is where, depending on how your school admin has things set up though, you'll be able to look at the grading policies for late policies, grade posting policy. And so there might be some customization there that you can apply. And that was in the settings button. You can just pop this out if you need some help. There are that help button right there on that right-hand side panel. You can expand that. And then you can quickly search for your learners by either typing in their name or scrolling. You can also search for assignments. So if this is an easier way to search, up and down vertically here versus horizontally scrolling across, you can do that too. And then you can also customize your the columns here. And personally, I like to have the total up at the front so that right next to my students' names, I can see how they're doing. And I, again, just not saves me a little bit of time with the scrolling. So if you want to move your total over next to your student's name, so you can quickly at a glance be able to see who seems to be doing okay and who may need some extra support, move that title over. And that was just those three dots there. Okay, so that was just an overview of the grade book. Now I want to look at SpeedGrader. So I'm going to go back to the main course page here and remind you of the ways that you can get to an assignment or get to SpeedGrader. So over here on your right-hand side is your to-do list, and these are some assignments that have been turned in. So I can click here to get into that assignment and start grading. It dropped me right into SpeedGrader. So from my to-do list, I can also go over to the assignment page and I can open up an assignment from there. It takes me into the assignment if I need to edit or do anything like else there, or then I have SpeedGrader on the right. That's going to open up a new tab, put me right into SpeedGrader. And then you can also access it from the gradebook. So I can start in my gradebook and find an assignment and click that little arrow to the right and then click SpeedGrader. Once you're in SpeedGrader, let's take a look at all the features here. If you need to return to your gradebook, there's a gradebook icon up here in the left-hand corner. Click that, drops you right back into the gradebook. You have your view setting here. So if you want to hide grades until everything has been graded, and so students see all the grades all at once and not as you complete them, you can hide grades until you're ready to show those. The settings gear icon here, you can click for options. This just helps you sort. So right now it's set that it's going to list all of the students in alphabetical order, but you could sort by the day they submitted the assignment or by their submitted status. So I might, the next time I am grading a class, I might switch to by submission status. And I think that will just make things a little faster for me, but I'll show you what the default setting looks like. This middle area is always going to have the name of the assignment, and you can click into that and it will take you into the assignment in case you want to remember what was we actually talking about. The due date will be there if there is a due date. You can also return right back to the course. It tells you what course you are in right there. So you can also just help you remember where you're at. Over here, it's going to let me know that I have graded 3 out of the 36 students. This doesn't have a grade. This actual assignment is just incomplete or complete, so it's not going to give me an average. But if there were points, I'd be able to start to see that average and how my learners are doing. Then we have 4 out of 36 here, saying there are 4 folks who have submitted assignments, 3 are graded. Then you can navigate through your through the assignments, through your learners' assignments here. You can go, right, since it's in alphabetical order, this is just going to click through. So you can navigate forward and backward through your gradebook that way. You can also click this down arrow and you can scroll up and down. And if someone had turned something in that I hadn't graded, there would be a little orange dot next to their name. The folks who are kind of grayed out here, they haven't turned in anything yet. And then the check marks means I already graded that. So I want to change the view so you can see what that looks like. Submission status. So if we save those settings, let's see what that view looks like. So when I look here, notice that not folks who haven't turned in anything in are at the top. And then instead of being in alphabetical order, now the folks that I've already graded are down at the bottom. And my guess is had folks turned something in and I hadn't graded it yet, they'd be at the top, and then the middle would be not turned in yet. It's always going to tell you the word count. If they submit a file, it will give you that link to that file so you could download it if you would like to. Then this is where you'll put in the grade. If you had a rubric for this assignment, there'd be a little rubric link button right here. You'd click on that, and right within SpeedGrader, it opens up the rubric so you can score by each category. And then you can add a comment. And if this is a comment that you use a lot, then you can go to this little icon here, which is the comment library. And you can put in your comment that you're using a lot, click add to library, And then you can also decide, are you going to show suggestions when typing? And so you might want to turn that on. And so now, no, it did not predict. Oh, insert from comment library. So you just hover over it before you start your start typing. Then you click it and it's right in there. So that will save you some time as well. All right, so that is SpeedGrader. And again, we can access that. I don't want to save this. This was just an example. You can delete a comment if you accidentally write one too. So that's great. So go back to SpeedGrader or to the gradebook with that icon. And now I can see, oh, back in the gradebook, I can see that we have some assignments that I do need to grade. Tells me it is ungraded. I could update the status if I needed to. And then you go right to SpeedGrader there. I did want to demo this real fast if it is. Okay. That is what I wanted to demo for you today. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me, Jody LaPlante, your instructional technology specialist. And all of these trainings that we are doing right now are going to be added, to the Instructional Tech with Jody site. There'll be YouTube videos as well. So if you go to the Northwest Regional ESD's YouTube site, they'll be there as well. But please check out this resource. There's other categories. And if there's anything missing, let me know. And I'm happy to get those resources and trainings out to your teams. All right, keep up the great work. Appreciate you.